Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I was replacing the bushings on the front right side of my 1952 Ford 8N. It's the bushings in the spindle housing and they needed to be replaced. By the way, if I don't use the correct terminology, I apologize for that. I'm not a mechanic, I'm a DIYer. I try and figure this stuff out as I go, so I might not always use the right words. Went ahead and took off the front wheel, kind of gave me a little bit better access to what I was doing here. And so the next thing I could do is take out the steering clamp bolt, is what I would call it. The thing is a clamp and it hooks up to the steering, and it's what turns that front spindle. Pretty easy to remove. I did have to knock it out a little bit with the hammer. Yes, that is a snap-on hammer. I found that thing on the side of the road. One of the best finds I have found on the side of the road, because I love using that thing when I do mechanic type work. So once I got that bolt removed, I was able to shake loose that clamp from the actual spindle itself, and then after a little bit of time and removing the big washer there and the little moon keyway, the little half moon keyway that was in there, I was able to pull the spindle out. I went ahead and just put that in my shop for safekeeping while I tried to drive out the bushings. So what I used in this video is a socket, and these bushings were just a little bit too wallered out to actually use the socket. I really needed a bushing driver kit, and that would have obviously been the best. But I went ahead and used the socket anyway because it worked on the other side. This side, again, was a little bit too loose, and it fell right through the first bushing and the second bushing, and actually I pounded it straight through that one as well. So neither bushing got pulled out, the socket, and so I read some people saying online just knock those two bushings into the middle, and you should be able to just leave them there and they won't cause any problems. Of course, when I need to change the bushings again, then they will start causing me a little bit of problems. But also, I apologize for the blurry screen here. I touched it with my the lens with my greasy hands, and it only lasts for a short little bit here. It is, not pleasant to look at, but it is what it is. So I tried pounding the bottom bushing up into the bottom side, and I finally was like, hey, you know what? I've got to press. I'm just going to press the stupid thing in. So I took my big 1/2-inch Bauer Impact driver, and I took the nuts off of the little front axle. I'm not even really sure what to call this. It's the front. It connects to the front axle, and it holds the spindle housing. You can see the piece removed here. And I just went ahead over to my 20-ton shop press, and I still used the socket, but I went ahead and I used that shop press just a little bit at a time to press that bushing in, because I was really messing up the end of that bushing there. So it just made a whole lot more sense to stick it in the press and go ahead and press it in. So then I was able to tap the bolts back into the front axle spindle housing part. I just used the Ugga wrench and put it back together pretty quick using the crescent wrench as the backup wrench, and that worked pretty well. Definitely a whole lot easier going and using the shop press than trying to fight hammering those things in with a piece of wood. Like I said, I was just totally damaging the ends of those bushings, and not too bad because it went in, it worked just fine. But anyway, so I went ahead and I dropped the new bearing that came with this kit onto the spindle, and then I just spent a bunch of time trying to work it in. Finally, I was able to get it worked in and push it all the way through all those bushings and pop it out there on the other side. It seemed to work best just by twisting that thing around and around, as I think you'll see here in a second. It moved up quite quickly. I also decided to add a little bit of grease just to make it a little bit easier to push that thing through in case it was a lubrication issue, which I was spraying some spray lubricant on it as well. But you'll see here I just kind of twisted that spindle around and it popped right on up. So not too bad. Fairly quick job here. Not that it's all the way over. You have to reinstall that half moon little keyway into the spindle and then line up the steering clamp and get it put back on and tightened down pretty snug. I don't know torque specs. I didn't necessarily use torque specs, I just made sure everything was good and snug. That's kind of my go-to when it comes to this kind of stuff. If it was a little bit more intricate, I'd probably look up torque specs, but I just made sure everything was pretty good and tight. Went ahead and added some grease to the spindle here just to make sure that we got it nice and lubricated before I forgot, like I kind of forgot on the other side. I went and took it for a short drive without greasing it, so it's all greased. I just worked that grease around a little bit, and I don't think I show it here, but I added just a little bit more grease. I maybe got 2 shots in there before it was pushing out again. So I just tried to work it around a little bit, and then it was time to put the front tire back on the wheel hub. And so then the only thing really left to do was just zip on those lug nuts. So yeah, next thing to do was to drop the tractor and then go ahead and start it up and take it for a quick test drive. And I went and put it in 4th gear and took it for a drive down some of my paved roads. And there was definitely a big difference in how loose the spindles were there inside of the housing, and everything fit a lot more tightly. Things did not rattle around and shake nearly as bad as they did in the past. And it was definitely not too hard of a job, a little bit of a pain in the neck getting those bushings in and out, but not too bad overall. And test drive went good, and the tractor's, you know, just one step better than it was when I got it. So just gonna slowly make improvements on this thing over time. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and if you are not a subscriber, make sure you go down and click subscribe. I really appreciate you watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.